My dream during my childhood was scientist or policeman, as other children's dream.
I'm not sure I dreamed, like really dreamed. I did art. I didn't really dream beyond what I was doing, to be honest with you.
I've always known that I was going to do something creative with my life. I think that I feel more ambitious and more motivated now because I've kind of had a taste of what I can do, and I've been like somewhat successful in the past couple years, like pursuing my creative efforts.
As I grew older and starting to face reality and how like tough the art world is, my dreams are getting smaller and smaller.
It's hard to be in the RISD bubble and know how people see the RISD bubble. It's, from the inside, it's very hard work, it's very educational, and it's very, very hard to tell people what you do sometimes.
I just get to like be with people who are like incredibly creative and incredibly committed to what they're doing.
I think that's fabulous. I think it challenges the artist to get out of their little world. It forces them to think out of their box. And if they don't want to do that, get out of the field, get out of that particular field.
It's the same with a client. The client is, in a way, the medium. It's very interesting. A client who says, I only want red. Is that a problem? No, that becomes the way of working. You know, carbon atoms are carbon atoms. And there's a dismissal from the hard sciences about the softer sciences to say, well, it's not real. You know, we're pure. We do the real work. I think that's true with very closely allied fields of creativity. I mean, design and fine arts are really the same thing.
But I guess sometimes I think about it like art is like math, or art might be like pure physics, and then design is like engineering. So they're both sciences, but engineering kind of is applied physics, and physics is just kind of like having fun with thinking and investigating the world.
Yep, that's the old, it's more accepted now. You have to accomplish X, almost an assignment, like the client is giving you an assignment. It doesn't make it any less art. Your parameters have been narrowed. You know, I like the debate. I like the healthy debate. I don't mind the debate, but when it comes to a right and wrong, I mean, we kill people. We destroy civilizations.
I think when you're a designer and you get take a job, like a design job, a lot of times there's that conflict, like, do I do exactly what the client is asking of me, or do I want to try and put in some of my own personal touch to it too? I think like it's really like hard to not put some of yourself into any work that you do as a designer, I think, whether it's for yourself or for a client.
Like, you know, about the practical sides of being a full-time artist. Like, is that even possible? Like, is that even a job? Because sometimes I feel like an artist is not a job, it's a hobby.
I don't know, I think it's a pretty dangerous statement. Because, you know, there's a lot of people who are really serious about painting.
Well, if you look at our income, you might as well call architecture a hobby. I mean, I don't think that, I think they're sort of disconnected in a way. You know, does that mean that an artist who gets paid for their work is not as authentic an artist as an artist that doesn't get paid? Painters have a horrific world in many ways because it's run through a gallery system. It's very, very narrow. It's very arbitrary. You know, why would one great painter be dismissed? No one would even give him a second look. Another mediocre painter gets celebrated. It happens all the time. It's also true in architecture. It's true in all fields. You can just give up, or you just, you know, in a way, say things like, if it's a hobby, I can't be hurt, you know, which is true. And but I think that is not sustainable. That painters are also, in a way, aspiring to be recognized.
I teach here at the Providence Art Club, and I teach adults. I teach people from 40 to 90, and they're just as passionate as I am, whether they paint once a week or 7 times a week. They understand the pain we go through, as artists, the dwell within the frustrations that we suffer within our craft or within our art. And they, at their level, they too, as hobbyists. And I think they would be insulted sometimes if they were called hobbyists.
But I don't think that, I think that a lot of people who are fine artists see it as like selling out to be a designer also, and think of other ways that they could make money. But I've always had the mentality that it's important to find like multiple streams of income and multiple ways.
I'm still in a denial. I just want to keep making work, but right now I'm looking for a job. That's the different thing.
First of all, worry will kill you, and we need to stop worrying. Okay, worry will dissolve your dreams.
There is an underlying anxiety. The creativity is a kind of plunge into the unknown. What could be more nerve-wracking than that? So that's always been a worry. And you can't give a blanket answer, say, oh, it's going to be okay. Because sometimes it's not. You should have doubt and you really have to change something. Other times it's just noise.
Yeah, I can say that building guitars is like, I love building guitars. There's no like part of my body that can say otherwise. I think once you find something that you can say that about, like as long as that passion is initially there, there's going to be a way to make it work no matter what.
And I think it's very important that people not let what others expect of them and think that they should be doing, don't let that get in the way of the gift that you have to give to the rest of the world. And make sure that you are doing everything you can to get what you want to see out there and to give that back.
The most important thing in the art is being honest about your work or about your passion. Like if you don't want to do it, you should not do it. That's all I know.
There's your yin and yang, right, that we talked about. The reality is the tangible, and the dream is an intangible. And there's a balance that occurs. And sometimes it leans one way or the other, and there are these thrusts into the world of dream that we need to have. And then what supports that dream is the reality of whatever doing it. And so remember that yin and yang, the balance. It's do whatever you do to make that, because balance is a beautiful thing. You know, the zen of life, that, and achieving that. And the people that have achieved that have relinquished a lot of the stuff.
Well, I think very simply that dreams are found in reality. And if we look for our dreams there, we will live them. And if we think of a dream as something that is not something we can't quite touch, I think we will never touch it. And I'm more interested in the dreams that come out of reality because I think they're more fantastic.